Our next topic discussion on phylum Hemichordata. So here it is a small group of marine solitary. Solitary means what? Forms a colony, worm-like animal. Okay. So next see here, most of each lives in tubes. Generally in marine habitats, so they will make some burrows like this way. Some burrows. In those burrows, they will live. Hemichordates generally resembles chordates only in having pharyngeal gill cleats. Pharyngeal gill cleats. See, like this way, there are several pairs of gill slits. These are all called gill slits. Gill slits. Okay, so like this way, hemichordates resembles chordates only in having pharyngeal gill slits. These are all called gill slits. Gill slits. Gill slits. Okay, that's all. So next here, other features of like dorsal notochord are absent. Other features like dorsal and notochord are absent. Generally, hemichordates resembles chordates only in pharyngeal gill slits only. So other features like dorsal side, dorsal notochord. That means dorsal side backbone is absent. Okay, that's why these are called worm-like animals. They resemble more to invertebrates and seem closer to echinodermates. Okay, so why they are more close to invertebrates? They don't have backbone and seem closer to echinodermates. Echinodermates means what? Generally, echinodermates body is marine. These are also marine. They solitary or colonial worms, soft-bodied animals, echinodermates. Like echinodermates, hemichordates also closer to the echinodermates because hemichordata organisms also possesses some features similar to echinoderms. That is why. Next, important characteristic features. The animals of this group possesses characters of invertebrates as well as chordates. That only we discussed. Pharyngeal gill slits. So due to the presence of pharyngeal gill slits, generally pharyngeal gill slits are possessed in chordates. So in the chordates, pharyngeal gill slits commonly present. Those are commonly occurs in invertebrates. That's why it possesses both the characters. Have unsegmented. So the body does not have any segments. So like earthworm, it does not have any segments. That's why it is unsegmented worm-like body. Okay, how earthworm body is there like that without segments. They have organ system level of organization generally. So hemichordates, best example, Balanoglossus. Hemichordate phylum organisms are Balanoglossus, Saccoglossus. These organisms have well-developed organ systems are there. So they show bilaterally symmetrical. They show bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical means already you studied that. The body is divided into two similar halves. Both are mirror images. They are triploblastic and coelomate animals. Triploblastic. So the body parts are derived from three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. The coelomate animals means what? The body possesses cavity. Cavity that is called body cavity. This is also called coelom. Coelom is located. Okay, so that's all. That is the body is divided into three unequal regions. The body is divided into three unequal regions. Three unequal regions means what? Head, thoracic region, like that. See here already it was mentioned. Anterior proboscis. Anterior proboscis means what? Head. Anterior proboscis. Anterior proboscis, head, a collar and a long trunk. Collar means what? Like neck and long trunk. Okay, so like this, the body is divided into three unequal regions. Circulatory system is open type of circulatory system. Respiration takes place through gills. The gills what? pharyngeal gill slits. Through the pharyngeal gill slits, respiration occurs. Excretory organ is proboscis glands. See, proboscis glands. Proboscis glands means what? So mouth, in the mouth, head region, mouth will be there. In that mouth, proboscis glands will be there. So those proboscis glands helps to take the food material. The sexes are separate. Fertilization is external. Development is indirect. So, okay, that's all. Fertilization takes place in the marine habitat. Marine habitat. Development is indirect. That means what? So eggs are turned to be larva. Eggs are turned to be larva. The larva turned to be adult. Yes. So have pharyngeal gill slits. So that is the feature of chordates. Exclusively marine animals. These are all marine animals. Those are Balanoglossus, Saccoglossus. Okay. So hemichordate example, hemichordate phylum organisms, these Balanoglossus and Saccoglossus. Next, phylum Chordata. So the phylum Chordata is a group of mostly developed organisms. Phylum Chordata is a group of most highly developed animals. Chordate animals, most highly developed animals. These animals possess 4 specific distinct features that place them in phylum Chordata. Due to the 4 distinct features, so those organisms have placed in the phylum Chordata. Those are presence of notochord at some stage in life cycle. Notochord means backbone. It is located at some stage in their life cycle. In lower chordates, so the notochord may persist throughout the life, from the birth to until death. Throughout the life, notochord is occurred. In higher chordates, it is replaced by another part that is called vertebral column. In chordates, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. The notochord is present only in embryonic stage. So when the embryonic stage is finished, that notochord is gradually turned to the vertebral column. This is the first feature. Due to this feature, so organisms have kept in phylum Chordata. Presence of dorsal halo nerve cord. Presence of dorsal halo nerve cord. Dorsal means what? Backside. See nerve cord like this way. So this space is in halo portion. Empty space is present. In this empty space, spinal cord is passed. So its anterior part developed into brain. See, it is anterior part of the vertebral column is developed with a brain. And the remaining part, so the vertebral column, remaining part is called spinal cord. Presence of a paired pharyngeal gill slits. Presence of a paired pharyngeal gill slits at some stage in life cycle. See, already I have shown that. So like this way, paired pharyngeal gill slits. These are called gill slits. Like this way, there are number of gill slits are located at some stage in their life. In fish, they are present as gills. In fish, so pharyngeal gill slits are present as gills. But in other higher chordates, they are present in embryonic stage only. Generally, gills in fishes located throughout their life. But in other chordates, those are located only in embryonic stages only. Presence of tail behind the anal opening. Presence of tail behind the anal opening. See, generally the tail is located, presence of tail behind the anal opening. Backside of the anal, tail will be there. The tail is always present in embryos, though it may be lost in some adults. So the tail possesses only in embryonic stage. So when the embryo gradually turns to be adult, when embryo gradually turns to be living organism, so at that time, so that tail is disappears. Next, other features. So they are bilaterally symmetrical. Generally, chordates are bilaterally symmetrical. Okay, so the body can be divided into 2 similar halves. Both are mirror images. They are triploblastic. The body organs are formed from 3 primary germ layers. Coelomate, they possess well-developed body cavity. and have organ system level of organization. Organ system level of organization. They have well-developed organ systems, respiratory system, digestive system, etc. Have closed circulatory system. Circulatory system is closed. Through the closed circulatory system, the blood is pumped to all the body parts. Due to these features, they have kept under the phylum Chordates. Next, subphylum. The chordata is divided into three types: subphylum Urochordata, subphylum Cephalochordata, subphylum Vertebrata. About these we will discuss. The phylum Chordata is divided into three subphylum: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. The first two subphyla are called lower chordates. Urochordata and Cephalochordata. These two are called lower chordates. These lower chordates also called protochordates. In these, the notochord occurs throughout the life. Urochordates and cephalochordates. In these, the first two subphyla are called lower chordates. In these, the notochord persists throughout the life, and there is no vertebral column. See, notochord is persist. The notochord does not convert it into vertebral column in urochordates and cephalochordates. In subphylum vertebrates, notochord is located only embryonic stage. Thereafter, that notochord is replaced by vertebral column. The vertebral column gradually contains spinal cord, and so it is referred as the higher chordates. The organisms which possesses vertebral column, notochord is gradually turned to be vertebral column. Those organisms are called higher chordates. So the vertebral column consists of spinal cord. Okay, that's it. Next, characteristic features. So the notochord, characteristic features. Okay, so the characteristic features of Urochordata. First, the characteristic features of Urochordata. So in this one, notochord occurs in larva. Notochord is located in larva only, and it is specified to tail region only. Hence, the urochordates are called. Hence, these organisms are called urochordate. Okay, that's all. Okay, so adults have pharyngeal gill slits. Only one in chordate character. In chordates, only one gill slit is present. In cephalochordates, in urochordates, several pairs of gill slits are located. Okay, urochordates have soft bag-like unsegmented body, like this way. Bag-like unsegmented body will be there. So this body is covered by a tunic or a test layer, a kind of a layer. Okay, this is the tunic. This is the body. This body is covered by a tunic. This is called tunic. It is also called test. So test or tunic means a kind of a layer. This layer is located around the body. So almost all are marine animals. Example, Herdmanium, Doliolum, Pyrosome. Okay, these are all called urochordates. Next, subphylum Cephalochordates. Subphylum Cephalochordates. Subphylum Cephalochordates have fish-like and segmented body. Their body is fish-like segmented body. So like this way, fish-like segmented body. Like this way. Okay. So like this. Like this body is covered by various kinds of scales. Okay, like this. Here notochord is processes. Here notochord, a corner notochord is processes. This is called notochord. Notochord. Okay. Here pharyngeal gill slits. Pharyngeal gill slits. Gill slits are present. Here anal region. Tail fin. Okay, so have fish-like and segmented body. The body is segmented like this way. Segments are present. Notochord runs entire the length of the body from head to tail. This is the head region. So from the head region to tail region. So this is called notochord. Halo nerve cord without a distinct brain. So nerve cord here middle halo nerve cord is present without a specific brain. Numerous gill slits. These are all called numerous. There are number of gill slits are located. Presence of post anal tail. Here post anal tail. Here post anal tail will be there. So no head or limbs. So like other fishes in these one, they don't have well developed head or limbs. Any limbs, actually generally in another fishes here limbs will be there. Okay, these are called limbs. So such kind of limbs are absent in cephalochordates. Example, Amphioxus. So it is also called branchiostomata. Branchiostoma, Amphioxus, branchiostoma. Okay, that is called cephalocordate. Now subphylum vertebrata. See here, subphylum vertebrata are also called higher chordates. Subphylum vertebrates are also called higher chordates because so in them notochord is replaced by vertebral column. They possesses all four features of chordates. All four features of chordates. Okay, so those features here they have mentioned. Possesses notochord during embryonic stage only. Notochord is gradually replaced by well-developed vertebral column or backbone. So presence of pharyngeal gill slits, it helps for respiration. So these pharyngeal gill slits are located only in embryonic stages only. So when the embryo gradually turns to be a baby, so the pharyngeal gill slits are disappeared. In the place of them, specific organs are developed for respiratory system. Central nervous system is well developed with anterior part forming brain and the later spinal cord. So already you know very well about it. Okay, that's it. So here in the head region, temporal bone region, brain will be there. So from here, vertebral column common will be there. So through the vertebral column, again here spinal cord is passes. Spinal cord is passes. This is vertebral column. So have definite, well differentiated head. Here, well differentiated head will be there. Cranium, also called skull, encloses the brain. So see here, the brain is covered by a cranium or skull. Okay, that's all. So endoskeleton forms the framework. Endoskeleton. So here, endoskeleton, inside skeleton will be there. The endoskeleton forms the framework of composed of bone and or cartilages. So there are well-developed endoskeleton present. In that endoskeleton, bones and cartilages tissues are well developed. Even in this vertebral column also, cartilage tissue is located. In this pelvic girdle, this here pelvic girdle will be there. In the pelvic girdle also, some of the places cartilage tissue is located. Efficient closed circulatory system. Efficient closed circulatory system. That means what? Well-developed circulatory system is available. That includes 2, 3, or 4 chambered ventricle muscular heart. So circulatory system is associated with the heart. In vertebrates, the heart is 4 chambered heart. Those 4 chambered hearts are effectively involved in circulatory system. Respiration is by gills in aquatic animals. So respiration, generally respiration is by gills in aquatic animals and by lungs in land animals. See, respiration is by gills in aquatic animals. Vertebrates, some of the vertebrates are survives in aquatic animals. Those animals possesses gills. Lungs on terrestrial vertebrates. Okay, they performs pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary respiration. So excretion is by paired kidneys, which remove the nitrogenous phase and are osmoregulatory in function. See, excretion generally in vertebrates, higher vertebrates, the excretion occurred by paired kidneys. So the kidneys helps the removal of nitrogenous phase and also osmoregulatory function. Osmoregulatory means what? Osmosis. Osmosis. They maintain some amount of fluids constant. So the excretory system does not eliminate complete complete excretory materials. Though we release some excretory waste materials, some amount of fluids are retained in the body. That is called osmoregulation. Possesses two image forming eyes. Okay, left eye, right eye. Have well developed digestive, respiratory, muscular, and endocrine systems. So these are all the systems you know very well. So the subphylum Vertebrata is divided into two divisions. So that is Agnatha. Vertebrata is divided into Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Agnatha, they have no true jaws. Jaws are not well developed. Okay, they have no true jaws. Paled appendages are absent. Paled structures are absent. Okay, that's all. So those are called Agnatha. Paled appendages. Appendages means what? Structures like hands, legs, such kind of structures are absent. Gnathostomata have true jaws. The jaw is well developed and well developed limbs. Paled appendages means what? Limbs and hands are limbs are well developed. Agnatha has only one important class, Cyclostomata. Agnatha has only one important class, Cyclostomata, while Gnathostomata is divided into 6 important classes. Those are Chondrioctis, Osteoctis, Amphibia, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Aves, nothing but mammals. So first of all, let us see Agnatha. Agnatha has only one important class, Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata. So major classes of subphylum Vertebrata, that is Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata. Okay, so actually the major classes of subphylum Vertebrata, Cyclostomata. Okay, so the Cyclostomata characteristic features we will see. It is Cyclostomata is a major class of subphylum Vertebrata. Subphylum Vertebrata. In that Cyclostomata features we will see. All are ectoparasites. Ecto means what? External parasites. They clamp. Clamp means what? Hold their round jawless mouth onto the side of the large fishes. See, generally these are external parasites. These are attached to the larger fishes. They clamp, they hold their round jawless mouth onto the side or lower side of the larger fishes. They live by scraping and sucking the blood on other fishes. Scraping with the help of their mouth, they will scrap or suck insert the other fish's skin and absorb the blood. That's why these are called external parasites. Have circular, jawless, suctorial mouth. Suctorial, nothing but sucking mouth with sharp, horny teeth, like this way. Sharp, horny teeth. Sharp, horny. Horny means what? Hard, very hard teeth. Skinny, soft, and cleaning without scales. Generally, the skin is very soft and slippery. So, slimy, slippery, without any kind of scales. Tailed fins are absent. Fins. So, fins means what? Generally, needle-like structures are absent. The cranium and vertebral column is cartilaginous. In this one, the cranium, the vertebral column is cartilaginous. Yes, like us only. So, our vertebral column is also cartilaginous. Cranium and vertebral column is cartilaginous. Respiration is by 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits connected in pouches. See, generally, a side like this way will be there. A side here 6 to like this way. Okay, these are called gill slits, gill pouches, or gill slits. Okay, that's all. So, circulation of closed type. Generally, in Cyclostomata, the circulation is closed type. The heart is two-chambered. Single gonad. The gonad is single and fertilization is external. Fertilization takes place outside the body. Cyclostomes are marine, but migrate for spanning to freshwater. To keep eggs, they migrated to the freshwater. After laying the eggs, within few days, the cyclostomata, mother fish, is died. Okay, so after spanning, after keeping the eggs, the parental fish die. Their larva, egg gradually turn to be a larva. Their larva, after metamorphosis into adults, return to the oceans. Okay, only for spanning. Spanning means what? To keep the eggs, they will go to the freshwater. So next, hogfishes are scavengers and lampreys are ectoparasites. Okay, so hogfish, generally Cyclostomata subphylum, Cyclostomata phylum organisms are hogfish. So the hogfishes are scavengers. Scavengers means what? They will depends on dead and decaying fishes or animal bodies. So in this phylum, one more organism, that is lamprey. It is ectoparasite. It lives on larger surface of other fishes. So example, hogfish, it is also called myxine. Petromyzon, it is also called lamprey. Next, here we have discussed here. So Agnatha has only one important class, Cyclostomata. That Cyclostomata we have discussed. Next, Gnathostomata have 6 important classes. In those 6 important classes, Chondrichthyes, Osteichthyes, we will see. Okay, ma. Hello, students. Ma, this video, this continuation video, I will record on Zoom app only. I will record and share to you in your Zoom app. Have a look on them. And also, first unit test, NEET test I have conducted. That test key sheet discussion also I will share. Today or tomorrow I will share. Have a look on them. Okay, ma. Next, Kirti, once you call ma now. Kirti, once you call. Priyanka, all members leave the meeting. Priyanka SD.
Yes,
Priyanka Edali. I wanted to speak with you. Aishwarya, I will speak with you later. Kirti, after